Have you ever sat behind a microphone and questioned your everything you're about to say? Wondered if sharing your story would cost you your reputation. I've been there. Shaking, heart pounding, voice trembling, wondering, what am I doing? Oh my goodness. But the more I spoke, the more I realized something beautiful. You know, I wasn't shaking because I wanted people to like me. What happened is I was sharing so someone could live. You know, sharing your story is not just about sharing your pain, it's also about the purpose of your pain. Why you went through what you went through. That is the crux of your story. The moment when I said I used to be a lesbian, it was like God took my hand in that moment and said, speak. Someone needs to hear you. I was scared, but I spoke anyway. And in doing so, I tell you the truth, I was not just breaking free of the things that have held me bound in my life. I was breaking shame off someone else. I was giving someone else permission to speak. Someone else permission to have hope. And so, here's my challenge to you. Speak from the scar where you've healed, not from the wound. Share to set someone free. Be real, be bold, be obedient. Your voice matters. You've heard me say it more than once. Your voice matters. Your story carries weight. Don't be afraid of it. Let it roar. When you're about to tell your story, there are many things you need to look at. Have you been healed? Have you gone through your own healing? Have you sorted out whatever hindrance or stronghold or something that you have been through and is now looking at the situation from a God perspective? You see, when I looked at my story, I was able to say, I'm no longer a lesbian. And this is what God did. I wasn't a lesbian because of this. I changed because I realized there's a greater love. And Baba said it, greater love has no man than this, than for a man to lay down his life for his friends. His love changed me. His love empowers me. His love is why I'm speaking to you today. Because his fierce love ran after me when no one else did. I want you to tell your story to someone from that healed place, from your scar. Because when you look at the scar that you have, yes, it's there, but it no longer hurts. That's the place you tell your story from. Yes, it could be scary. Yes, you may feel like, oh my God, what am I doing? People are going to look at me differently. People are not going to want to, um, listen to me. They're going to think I'm this and I'm that, and they're going to judge me. Yeah. Or your story could heal someone. So it is by faith that we walk, and we tell the story to that one person, who is struggling, for them to know that, hey, I have been there. I have walked through my healing, and this is what it looks like to be healed. Someone that is able to love the unlovable, care for the brokenhearted, or become a warrior for those that are in prison, to set their captives free. You see, that's what burns in me. To fight for those whose voice has been stolen. To fight for those whose identity has been masked and deteriorated to the point that they don't know who they are. You see, that's what burns in me. That's why I tell my story. I tell my story because I want someone else to change. I want someone to have hope. I want someone to feel empowered to start the journey, to start the healing journey. That's why I tell my story. And so, why do you tell your story? I want you, and I'm challenging you because I know that you can do it. Whether it's in a ministry, whether it's writing a blog, whether it's you have a home study group, whatever it is that you have, know this. Share your story to help those in your midst, someone that you know in your sphere of influence that they could use a testimony. I encourage you, tell your story. I wrote about all of this in my blog, my latest blog. You can go on my store. Everything is in the link below. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment. I love your support. I love how you have been supporting me and how much I have been able to come on and to share what nuggets I have received from God and what He's doing and what He wants to do even in your own life. Thank you again. Remember to share with someone. Someone needs to know that, listen, whatever they are going through, whatever they're going through is not the end of the story. It's the beginning of the story. Right? God is someone that fights for you. I know this without a shadow of a doubt. There are times when I think I've gone too far, and He comes in and He fights for me. He pulls me back and He sets me on the right path again. So listen, you are loved. You're cherished. Your story needs to be told. Someone needs to hear about the goodness of God. Someone needs to hear that they too can overcome, that they too can walk out their healing, and they can see what it looks like to be healed. They can see what it looks like to walk in your purpose. They can see what it looks like for someone embracing their identity, embracing the journey. Why don't you be that person? I challenge you today. God bless, and thank you for your support, as always.